everybody, it's Mara Allard of Wind, Water, and Wisdom. And things I'm going to talk about today are things I've talked about in the past, but clearly I feel like there's a need to revisit them because of yesterday when I woke up and I was just getting ready for the day. I had this message come through me. It's actually my post from yesterday. It was all about love. And it was very specific of what it was and what it said, and I just jotted it down and I threw it out on a post on my page. But I didn't really know what it's beautiful, but I didn't know what it was meaning. And then when I opened up my social media page yesterday, it was full of hate and a lot of anger between people I know, care about, all fueled, I live in the US, by politics. And then I realized and recognized what that message was about. Love versus hate. And personally, I don't care who people vote for. That's why we have voting. We get to choose. We're entitled to our opinion. But I do care, and I will unfollow people who breed hate, because there's really no place for that, and we can't fix the world we live in with hate. It only perpetualizes the problem of polarization and separation that we have in not just the US, but the entire world. So, the three messages that I have said I'll combine today, and I'll start with, is that I had the privilege and the honor of speaking at a women's shelter the other day, and 6 brave souls, 6 brave women, left their abusers and chose themselves, chose their life over the life they were living with a person that abused them. And that just spoke to me so profoundly, as that they would walk away from everything. Some of these women have walked away from everything. They're going to be sharing a bed or a bunk bed with several women in a single room so they can start to put their lives together. Some of these women have not a dime to their name, but they still chose themselves. So these are the 3 things that I think in my life are very important, and I practice these every day. And trust me, I screw up all the time, but I bring myself back to them all the time because they keep me in a state of love and hope and not hate and despair. They keep me on the track for my life that I want, and they remind me of who I am. And they are fact versus story. I always say, what are the facts? We all create stories around them, but when we stick to the facts don't lie. The stories we tell ourselves will. For example, I could say the fact is I'm divorced. The story I tell myself is that my children will be all screwed up because I left their father, blah, blah, blah. We do this all the time. Fact versus story. Stay in the fact. The fact doesn't deplete your energy. The fact is the fact. The story, we can spin hours of energy, negative or whatever, and take us right out. The second is we always have a choice. Always have a choice. What we consume, who we surround ourselves with, what we put into consume when I mean food, media, news, friends, social media, where we live, how we live, where we work, how we work. Every day is filled with choices. We have one body that we were given. When we came into this world, we were all born perfect. Perfect for ourselves. Some people are born with defects and all that, but we were born perfect for ourselves that day. And we were born worthy. Many people think they don't have choices because they're not worthy of choice. Twice this week, or within the last week, I've witnessed this. One, where I text somebody at something that what they weren't going to be thrilled about, and they said, I'm used to disappointment. That sort of broke my heart. We should never be used to disappointment. When you're used to something, there you stay. You don't grow. You're always expecting to be disappointed. That is the energy you're giving the world. We all will be disappointed at times. That's life. We're human. But when we choose to be disappointed, that's the energy we send out to the world. We don't need to be choose disappointment. The other was with a person that life is now swimmingly going well. Like money's coming in, they got a place to live that's really big. And this was definitely not the case for the last 20 years of this individual's life. And when I reached out to this individual to say, hey, I see things are going awesome. You're doing really great. I'm so happy. That person said, I'm depressed. You're depressed? Why are you depressed? I would be so excited. And the person shared with me, or we got through conversation of texting, that he doesn't believe that he's worthy of greatness. He's used to the struggle. So the struggle is familiar. So you stay in struggle. If you are a believer in staying in struggle and your life all of a sudden starts going really well, drop that. Go with this flow. Go with that you are worthy, because we are all worthy of greatness. We are all worthy of good things. But if we choose different vibrations and we put out different messages, like I'm not worthy, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, it's life. We're going to have the other shoe drop. We don't get out of here with just perfectly swimming through rainbows, unicorns, and hearts, okay? It's real life. But when you choose to stay in a more positive mindset, or the best mindset you can get, life goes a lot easier. Those shoes that drop, those speed bumps that happen, you don't hit them head on. You go over them a lot more easily. You deal with it and go on, because you believe that you'll get through it. The last is gratitude. I've talked about this all the time, but when you practice gratitude for the little things every day, over time, that grows and grows and compounds, and your life gets better. The highs are so high, the lows aren't as low. Stay out of hate. Stay in love. We are all interconnected. No matter if you take away our genders and you take away our skin color, everything underneath the hood is the same. We are no different. Yet we feel different. We feel separate. We all feel separate, but we're all connected. And the thing that unites us is love, not hate. So, stay out of hate. No matter what's going on, you're entitled to your opinion. But when you give off that hate, it is not the energy you want to put into the world. It's not the energy you want to bring into your life. Yes, saying choose love isn't always easy. Lots of us have our hearts closed off. We've been hurt. We've been broken. We've been traumatized. It's not easy to love. But you know how you love? You start small. I was just in the supermarket, and I saw an elderly woman trying to break the bottom ear off of her corn. And she was struggling. And I said, hey, you need help? And she said, I would love that. I broke off the corn. That's a gift of love. That's an act of love. Easy peasy. Open a door. Smile at somebody. Help an older person or a handicapped person. Help a neighbor. Help a friend. Choose love. Have a great day.